I think for the future purposes, it will be very helpful to kind of have, I don't know if it's a workshop or something, just to help the working team, because it's the very same team that is that prepared the dossier, that now it has started with the implementation and making sure that the biosphere ultimately will have their office and the structure is in place. So I think the guidance as to the steps in going through all that, it will be really important to have, as well as a push to a certain level can be very helpful for new biosphere reserves to kind of find their feet and find a way forward.
In South Africa, we have South African National MAB Strategy, which is the document that guides the country in terms of the implementation of the program. So the strategy has been developed by Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment under the role of the minister. But the document gets drafted by the key stakeholders that participate in the MAB program. So that becomes the guiding documents and also outlining the activities that needs to be done in a specific period. We have a 5-year and now currently reviewing our strategy, which will be a 10-year plan. So in terms of the governance, in all our biosphere reserves that we have currently, they are using a system of non-governmental organization in terms of coordination at a local level, which comprise of the communities, which comprised of the private sector, which also comprised of government representatives. And then we also have at a provincial level what we call biosphere reserve forums. So in the forums, because we have number of biosphere reserves, 10 biosphere reserves, so we try to have learning exchange amongst the biosphere reserves so that they know what kind of work that is being done by other biosphere reserve and sharing that kind of knowledge so that they can also better the management of their areas. At a national level, we also have what we call National MAB Committee. So in the National MAB Committee, it is chaired by the focal person from the Department of Forestry, Fisheries, as well as Environment. And in chairing the meeting, so there's quite a number of thematic areas that we have that assist the National MAB Committee. For instance, we will have a thematic area that deals with mining and biosphere. We have a thematic that will deal with conservation. So all of those thematic areas, then we have members that will come from various institutions and serve in that thematic area. They play an advisory role to the MAB Committee because the MAB Committee is responsible for making decisions in terms of the activities and the implementation of the program. When it comes to issues of funding, at a national level, we are responsible for funding specific agreed key projects that contribute to creating job opportunities on the ground. Then at the provincial level, we have the provinces that provides funding for day-to-day running of the biosphere reserve, which is a little amount that is used by biosphere reserve to get more funding from other sources that are available. At a national level, we are also looking at ways in which we can top up in terms of the current funding that is being done by the provinces so that we have adequate amount of money that will enable biosphere reserve to actually become sustainable in a long term, but also looking forward for the biosphere reserve to work on their own, to generate their own income so that the biosphere reserve become successful, because there are quite a number of projects that can contribute to that. So in a nutshell, this is how in South Africa we manage our biosphere reserve.
I think for the MAB program, the way that we have tried to run it in our biosphere reserve is trying to get as many stakeholders involved, and also not just involved but actively participate, and so that they can own conservation initiatives, so that they feel that they are part of the biosphere reserve. So one of the main things that we've done is to use the UNESCO branding toolkit to look at the communication strategy for the biosphere reserve. This is quite vital when you're looking at in the landscape with different stakeholders, because they're able to understand their role and what kind of message they need to get to other stakeholders so that they can all participate. So biosphere reserves for us, it's about networking. We see ourselves as a portal, a facilitator, and a partner for all biosphere reserves. But one other thing that we've been engaging on a lot is to do with young people. How do we create a space for young people so that they can thrive? And we do this by using existing structures, existing information, not need to reinvent the wheel, but to try and showcase to the young people that they can be part of the biosphere, they are actually part of the biosphere, and also in terms of bringing them in so that they feel that they're actively participating and they're involved in decision making, so that in future, because the biosphere is our biosphere, but we're trying to protect this environment for the future, and the future, it is the young people. So we've managed to create that space with our Vembe Biosphere Reserve Youth Network, and they're really thriving, and then also trying to assist them also in looking for sustainable livelihoods, because in Africa, it's quite known that, you know, poverty is a huge, huge problem. So through this youth network, we try to create opportunities, the products that we're doing, so they can actually benefit financially.